Well, my name is Adrian Mora. I'm 23 years old. I just finished up playing my last year of eligibility here at Georgia Southern, and I can honestly say that it's been the best 5 years of my life, including my red shirt. I was very fortunate to come to a school that cared not so much for me as a football player, but as a person. And I was able to get my degree in finance and further extend into working into getting my master's. But my first 3 years here, the team didn't have very much success. We were playing on a type of offense that wasn't very typical of Georgia Southern, and they hired Coach Monken, and boy, was it a blessing. And and we got to play two very exciting seasons and end up in the semifinals both years. I mean, it was definitely a great honor. I would say not only for me, but for the field goal unit as a whole. We had really 11 guys out there every single time that we knew we could depend on each other. I believe every player was very accountable, and to have the great record that we had and going, I believe it was 19 for 21 that year, just really shows that everybody focused every single time we went out there, and we executed, and it was just great team unity, and it showed that we played as brothers that we are on the field as we act off the field. Yeah, I mean, it talks volumes of the dedication and the emphasis that Coach Monken puts on special teams here at Georgia Southern. Some coaches don't take special teams very, very, very important, but we're very lucky that here at Georgia Southern, it's a third of the game, and it's just as important. And to have the type of players that we have on special teams, because special teams can change a whole game for you. It can change momentum. It can give you momentum, and it can win the game for you. And Coach Monken knows that. And we spend at least 20-30 minutes of special teams every day in practice, and that's the first thing we do. And we're just very fortunate to have the people with the skill. And I mean, I saw LaRon with my own two eyes, and he was just spectacular. Every time he had the ball in his hands, something could break away, and it could lead to a touchdown. And I just think we're very fortunate to have a coach that knows and emphasizes it. It was a great accomplishment, and I can honestly, now that I can go back and reflect on everything, 151 extra points is not an easy thing to do. However, I do consider that I was just given the easy part of the whole thing. My teammates actually, there's a couple guys that were involved in every single extra point that was made, and that would be our long snapper Carter Jones and our holder Charlie Edwards. And if you think about it, just to have a bunch of guys, have 11 guys go out there and do their jobs perfectly every single time is just outstanding, because I only have to put it through the sticks, but there's other guys having to block, having to snap, having to hold, and for something not to go wrong in those 151 attempts is just something really outstanding. And I was very blessed to have a group of guys that did it with that focus, and that record honestly is just as much theirs as it is mine. Well, I came to the United States at the age of 5. My parents, decided to make a change, and in order to have an opportunity to make something of ourselves, my parents definitely knew that bringing us to the United States would be fundamental in doing that. And I played soccer all my whole life growing up, and it was a difficult change because I left all my friends. We left everything, and started anew, and we got here and kept playing soccer. And it wasn't until middle school when one of my soccer coaches said, you got a nice leg, you should try field goal kicking. And it just so happened that my brother tried out for football, because he's 3 years older than me. He tried out for football, and and I went to go watch one of the games, and I was like, oh my, this is a lot of people. The atmosphere was great, and I wanted to be a part of it, because playing soccer here in the U.S., you don't have very much fans, and just seeing that atmosphere, wanted me to be a part of that, and it worked out greatly. And while I was doing it, I also had that in the back of my mind. My dad sacrificed so much for us to come here. I'm not going to let it go for waste, and I just kept working at it, and thank the Lord that I received a scholarship offer from here, from Georgia Southern. Yeah, off the field, I'm just like any old regular college student. I like to go out and have fun, and join my friends out and just have a good time. And I like playing soccer. Definitely one of my favorite sports growing up. Other than that, I just like hanging out and relaxing, and just having a good time. Man, well, I've grown up watching soccer my whole life, and I love watching the Champions League games. I specifically root for Barcelona. That's the team that I just love how they play. The unity in the team. But I'd have to say that a European club that I probably have close to my heart is Manchester United. When they signed Javier Hernandez, which is just an outstanding striker for my national team, which is Mexico. I've grown up my whole life watching the Mexican national team, and I even got to watch them here when they came played a friendly here in Atlanta. And it was just a blessing to watch them play and live and winning. And when the World Cup comes along, I always root for the U.S. I hope to have a good showing, but my heart and my soul lies with Mexico. Well, I definitely would have to say my parents. First and foremost, my father. It wasn't an easy thing to bring us over here, and he definitely gambled on doing so. And he's been my backbone, and every step of the way he's been there. And this past year, traveling from Dalton to all the football games was a challenge, but he set upon going to every single game, and he accomplished that, with the exception of one, which is at North Dakota State. He couldn't make that; it was too long of a trip. And my mom has also been very caring and just been with me the whole step, and given me all her support. And I also have an uncle who lives in Mexico, my uncle Ricardo. He's actually the first person of the family who graduated from a university in Mexico, and he's really making a good life out of himself. And I just look up to him and see that it is possible to make something of yourself when you have limited resources, especially in Mexico. But I would say those three are my three most influential people. I would say that I changed a lot in my trajectory here in Georgia Southern. When I got here, I redshirted, and when I came back, I was kicking at I wouldn't say that I was using the form. I think my form changed. When I got here, I just basically, I didn't have the proper form. I just kind of tried to muscle the ball, and wasn't really working out as much as I would hope. And then I was also kicking with a little bit more weight on me, probably a little too much weight. And when Coach Munkin got here, we assessed it, and we definitely concluded that I needed to shed some pounds, and just more toned body. And I did that. I actually in my last year, well, between my second to last year and my last year, I lost 47 pounds. And I started working with Kara White and some of her students, and just really got my form down, and everything kind of became automatic, and the form, and it just all got so much easier towards the end. Georgia Southern is just a great college town. The city of Statesboro is not very big. Actually, it would probably be nothing if it didn't have Georgia Southern in it. But it's just a great campus. It's one of those places where you actually feel like you're at a university. It has a beautiful campus, trees all over the place, and the people here are very, very nice. It's just, that Southern hospitality people keep talking about. Well, I think it's one of the things that you can actually find here at Georgia Southern. Our RAC, our Recreational Activity Center, is just top of the line. It's just a great facility to go work out, meet people. It's just, it's the top of the line. And other than that, there's other places. People, go to bars here. You got Rudy's, which is famous here at Georgia Southern. That's where the college students go and relieve some stress, if you want to put it like that. But it's just a great campus and a great university. I just have words of gratitude for all the fans here at Georgia Southern. I think they embraced me and motivated me since day one when I took the job here at Georgia Southern, my redshirt freshman year. And I've just had their unconditional support. And I know some of the times at the beginning were a little rough, and but I definitely see the Georgia Southern program getting back to its national prominence, and I just want them to hang in there, and I believe Coach Monken's going to lead them to a national championship here soon. And I'm just forever thankful for the Eagle Nation. Well, playing college football, one always dreams of playing in the NFL, and I'm certainly not the exception, but I am a little more realistic, and I know that that's a long shot, even having been consistent and whatnot. But, I'm looking to finish my master's here this year. I'm actually finishing up in December, and I hope that I land a great job with great pay, and which is very, very difficult in this time, in this society, in this economic crisis. But I'm looking on the bright side of things, and hopefully I can get a great job where I can start helping my parents out after all the help that they've given me. But that's just kind of the plan for right now. I'm enjoying the college life for once, after not having such a saturated schedule, and I'm enjoying every day of it. Anytime you have an award that awards the players that actually got the job done on the field, yeah, I think it gets rid of a little biased opinion, regarding this player looks great. He's got great height, great jump. He plays for this team. So anytime you have a award that gets rid of all that and goes strictly by what they did on the field, I think that's great. And and I think that really gives the people that deserve the award. Anytime your name is in the same sentence with one of those guys, it's a great honor. You mentioned some really great athletes, and I actually played against as Henry. He was the quarterback and punter for East Paulding in high school, and we actually played against him. And I just thought he was a phenomenal punter when he was at East Paulding. And it was just one of those things that it's like I know that guy, and to be getting an award from the same people that award him, it's a great honor, and just some great names. I would like to thank College Football Performance Awards for the honor for the 2010 Place Kicker of the Year award. It's definitely a great honor, and one of the driving factors that led me to have a successful 2011 year. And it just makes going to work a lot easier to be recognized, and I would just like to thank them for that. And I had 5 great years here at Georgia Southern. Probably the best in my life, years that I'll remember for the rest of my life. And I got to meet some great people and some great coaches, and I feel truly blessed.